Hello, my name is Kirioth, and today we are going to have a look at a glorious, glorious bird boy. I want this bird. I want this giant bird in my life. I want the massive bird. Give it me now. You know what? We're not going to watch the video. We're just going to look at the thing. So, the Cruel Boys earn status and power by ruthlessly murdering anyone who's above them in the pecking order. Also, I totally flubbed ruthlessly there. Did you hear that? Ruthlessly? What does that even mean? The constant threat of assassination means that killer bosses and swamp caller shamans who make it to the top must be exceptional individuals indeed, and atop all of those rare characters sits the most cunning and devious of them all, Gobsprakk. I mean, it's a very orky name. The Mouth of Mork, so named for his ability to speak any language, conveniently including Kragnos' long-dead tongue. Now, admittedly, my first reading of that, I was like, so does that mean Kragnos can't speak because his tongue is all knackered? But then I realised I'm actually an idiot. It just means that no one else speaks Kragnos' language apart from this guy. Oh dear me, what a terrible interpretation that was. Anyway, look at this giant bird. Look at it. So this is his Corpse-rippa Vulcha killer beak. And you know what? I'm 100% in. Now, one of the mainstays of this channel, one of the mainstays of all the videos I do talking about models, is that it's all subjective. All of it is subjective. It's all opinion-based. It's all opinions. That's all it is. Some people might like one thing, other people might not. We've had our disagreements over the years, you and I, audience. I mean, a lot of you liked the Impulsor, which I thought was one of the most hideous things that Games Workshop has ever made. And loads of you hated the Invicta Warsuit, which I absolutely loved. Still shouldn't have been given to Space Marines. Why did they give it to Space Marines? It should have been given to literally any other faction, because why do Space Marines need that? But it's a walking mech that you pilot. I mean, how could I not like it? This, though, I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to change my stance for this one particular model. I just don't even know what to tell you if you don't like this. I mean, maybe I don't know. I don't know what it is about this particular model. I mean, the Cruel Boy stuff in general, I've really liked. I know that they've been it's been a bit contentious. There's been a little bit of, there's been some kind of controversial sort of side of things because they are such a departure from the orcs that we know and love from Games Workshop. But I've really enjoyed the Cruel Boy stuff. I really like it. This is borderline perfect. This is one of those rare 100%ers for me. There is no part of this model that I do not like. Not a single part of it that I don't like. Firstly, that is an ugly bird. Let's be honest. That has got a face that only a lorry tyre could love. And I'm all for it. It should be gnarly and ugly. The legs are so kind of, oh, what is the word? There's like kind of weird ripples along them. The bottom parts look like kind of, I was going to say your regulation bird legs. What does that mean? But like the top bits are almost a bit too like mammal-like. The very top. I don't know. Maybe it's just the way they've been painted, like the colour that's been chosen. But it just looks like too fleshy, which I really like for this model. It looks like a massive freak. It's such a weird creature. I can't get enough. Also, the feathers look great. Now, I have to admit, I really like what Games Workshop does with their feathers and fur stuff. No, don't. But this is one of those ones that I want to paint the wings. I want to paint those wings. I want to take them. I want to put some nice chilled out music. Maybe turn the lights down a bit. Don't do that, because then I won't be able to see what you're painting. Terrible idea. Yeah, I just think they look great. I really want to actually sit down. This is something that I would put a lot of time and attention and detail into, because, yeah, I reckon you could get some really, really, really nice effects on blending out of there. Oh, and it's got like the big breastplate on the front, which looks cool, complete with the little kind of rivet bits that we see on the rest of the Cruel Boy stuff, ties it in quite nicely. Again, stuff like, I love like what they do with wooden stuff for the Cruel Boys. So there's lots of platforms and seats and kind of bits of, like bridle and stuff for the mounts. And there's quite a bit of wood construction that goes on with the Cruel Boy stuff, especially on the larger models. Something I really like about it is the fact that they've put the time and attention into having different types of wood. So you've got like a different kind of plank for the back of the seat than like the kind of 2x4 or whatever that is in front of the seat. There's lots of different textures in there, but it's all like, it looks like it's been scavenged and salvaged, and I love that attention to detail. It's a really nice touch. Also, is that a Lord of Change hand? It looks like a... No. Is it? It kind of looks like a Lord of Change hand on the back of the throne there for Gobsprakk or whatever his name was. What was it? It was Gobsprakk, right? Gobsprakk. Close enough. I just got excited by the bird. Gobsprakk himself, I mean, he looks fine. I like the Cruel Boy stuff, so I'm going to like him. There's something about the face that is very expressive and unquestionably evil, which, I don't know, I just enjoy it. I like it. The various array of trophies and stuff that's hanging off the throne is really nice. That impaled head on the centre is grim. I really do like the repeated theme of people's hands being stolen as well. I don't know if there's a specific reason for that. I probably need to go back and read up on any Cruel Boys lore that has been put out for them. But they definitely have a thing for hands, and it's creepy. It's really grim. So I can't help but quite like it, to be honest. Also, the little gobbo that is sticking his head under the kind of, is that flayed skin banner? Yeah, probably. That's a nice little touch. I will say the branch it's perching on, I don't mind it. It looks okay. I think I would have preferred something that looked a bit sturdier. I mean, mind you, it's pretty thick. It's a pretty thick bit of wood. It does limit posing a little bit, but I mean, you could build up around it probably, and a little bit of inventiveness. You could probably adapt it to stand on like a brick wall, or maybe some of the new AOS scenery. That would work. Yeah, I like this a lot. Do we have any more detail? Here? So the Corpse-rippa Vulcha is one of the most terrifying monsters. That's probably I'm just handing out that accolade without even thinking, apparently. Is the most terrifying. No, is one of the most terrifying monsters we've seen yet. In the new edition of Warhammer Age of Sigmar, creature's grouchy nature means only the most strong-willed of cruel boys could hope to get close enough to capture it, which is reflected in its deadly combat power. Okay, so it's going to be an absolute monster. So it tears through enemy ranks with beak and claw, yep. Well, the mouth of Mork wreaks arcane destruction. I mean, that sounds right since it's a shaman, and... Oh, there's the confirmation, okay. The crotchety shaman has bested many sorcerers in the past, including a great Lord of Change. So yes, it is the hand of a Lord of Change. On the staff, actually, I thought it was on the back of the throne. It was just the perspective of it. Yeah, look close, you can see the demon's hand atop Gobsprakk staff, bound to the material plane by the shaman's iron-willed desire to show it off. I love this guy. Absolutely solid. The only reason it's not disapparated or dissolved into nothing is because he wants people to know he killed one. That's, I mean, sure. Ludicrous, ridiculous. I like all the trophies off the back of the throne there. That's really cool. You got a weird potion thing, more hands, a big bunch of eyeballs. Ugh. Oh, why? Why though? That's grim. That is grim. What is the little grot holding? What is that? It looks like a little radish or something. What is it? Or is it like a... I don't know what that is. Either way, it looks funky. That hand is ridiculous. Thanks to his experience hunting down powerful wizards for his trophy rack, he's developed a particular knack for countering the enemy's magics. He likes to summon swarms of minuscule tapeworm squigs in the guts of his opponents, disrupting their spellcasting and sometimes even causing them to explode in an eruption of War energy. Of course he does. Mork says no. Alright, that's like the best named ability. Mork says no. Brilliant. Love it. Each time this unit unbinds a spell, the caster suffers D3 mortal wounds. If the spell was unbound with an unbinding roll of 10+, the caster suffers D6 mortal wounds instead. Oh man. Oh, that's so good. Mork says no. Oh, love it. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 for that one. Nice. Ridiculous. Okay, so among the many Mork-given powers exhibited by Gobsprakk, one of the strangest is his ability to speak and understand any language. This skill allowed him to parley with Kragnos. See, this is what I was going to ask as well. Because if Kragnos is the only one of his kind, and he's the only one who speaks his language apart from Gobsprakk, does that not mean that he's pretty open to kind of, well, being manipulated? Because Kragnos doesn't strike me as being particularly smart. More just like a force of nature, like an embodiment of nature in some ways. Like the god of earthquakes, I don't look at him and go, no, this is clearly a highly intelligent creature. More just like a living force that if there's no one else to talk to and no one else that he can actually communicate with, that surely leads him right into being able to right into being quite heftily manipulated by someone who could talk to him. Yeah, okay. So the skill allowed him to parley with Kragnos and use the ancient language of the Drogruk race, sure, to form an alliance with the god of earthquakes, and went on to become Kragnos' faithful companion and translator. However, it's thought that this natural schemer may have applied some creative interpretation to the edicts of his new best mate. Yeah, okay, that's cool. I like that. Very cunning. Very crunning? Cunning. Dear Lord. For those whose ears are not open to the whisperings of the mouth of Mork, this incredible new kit also makes the killer boss on Corpse-rippa Vulcha the perfect combination of strength and cunning to lead your boys into battle. Okay, cool. So you can either have it as the shaman character who's got the magic, or you can just have it as a normal boss on pretty much the same mount. I mean, let's see what's different. So there's different banners on the back. That's cool. So yeah, the throne actually has a bit of throne. I mean, whatever it is, the seat, the chair, the pilot's chair. It has some like significant differences. So that's cool. The actual model for the war boss and Gobsprakk is totally different. Don't know that I can see any shared parts for those. So that's interesting. That's cool. What have we got? We've still got like skin trophies or like leather banners or whatever, but they're hanging off the back instead of being spread out from the side. Different head on the bird. Very different head on the bird, actually. Yeah, you've got like an armoured neck on that one. And the horns, which I like the horns. The horns are cool. I don't know that they necessarily work on that bird. I think that kind of confuses it a little bit. Also, I'd love one of those horns to be broken. I think that would look a little bit better. Maybe if they were slightly smaller. I don't know. Maybe... Oh, you know what? Actually, the horns on the other head with the mouth closed, I think would look cooler. Are the wings different as well, or are the wings the same? Let's have a quick... Let's go back a little bit. I think the wings are the same. Yeah, they are. So the wings are the same. I would have been surprised if it wasn't the case, but... So yeah, there's a bit of versatility there with that model as well. And you'll get some spare bits. No matter what you do, you get some spare bits out of this, which is nice. Yeah, that's really cool. That's really good. Oh, I love it. Absolutely love this. That's great. That's so good. Oh, the cruel boys are really... It's so tempting. So tempting. Oh, man. They've just got so many cool big beasties. They're like big beastie lads. They're just solid across the board. And they all look so, well, cruel, funnily enough. Shocked, aren't you? Oh, love it. I can't get enough of these. I know that like it's not a universally accepted thing as to how good these look, but I don't know, they just hit the spot for me. What do you think though? What do you reckon of the big bird? The big bird man. Let me know in the comments down below. Like it? Don't like it? Absolutely solid? Do you at least appreciate the force of will keeping the hand of the Lord of Change present, just so we can show it off? Let me know what you think in the comments. In the meantime, feel free to click all the things, Patreon, video, subscribe, all that. So click it if you like, don't click if you don't want to. And as always, there's an affiliate link for Element Games in the description, which you can use to support the channel if you would like. I leave it in your capable hands. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.